Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Welcome to the Texas Ticket. This is Armando, and I'm with Gina Madeley Rodriguez.
You kind of said it okay, though. It's Gina Madeley Rodriguez.
That's exactly what I said.
No, you slurred it.
Gina Madeley Rodriguez.
Okay, somewhat. You get some credit.
Yeah, well, there we go.
2 points.
Folks, welcome to the show. It is a huge weekend for Conroe. I mean,
yes.
You
Lots going on.
Get track shoes on, some gym shorts, and probably attend to all of them, though. There's so much stuff
Wild,
going on.
yes. Welcome
to
to
April. You
April.
can punch your Texas ticket in 1,000 ways this weekend. And next weekend. There's more stuff going on next weekend. We've got stuff coming all over the place. And we're going to try and tell you a little bit about some of those things.
Yes.
And we're not going to catch everything. We're going to miss a lot of stuff. There's more than we have time to share today, so I'm going to talk real fast.
We are going to talk real fast. All right.
Right. And
Corre se va corriendo. Go for it.
I tell you, I got You Seen It here today. And You Seen It it's a scene.
So
S-C-E-N.
you've seen it, or you have seen it, or you saw it, or you're going to be seeing it? I'm confused.
Well, you will see it, but
Okay.
it is You Seen, like a scene in a movie.
Okay.
The owner, Todd Keifer, he's going to be here today. He's also part of the Pontoon Group, and I think he's a member of TOPS here on Lake Conroe and a few other things out in Walden, and keeps active on Lake Conroe. But more importantly, the reason we have him here is because he's been a big part of some things going on the past few months here in Conroe, and has in the past even longer. You've seen it's been doing props, displays, just everything from A to Z when it comes to that stuff. Those roundabout cameras where,
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Crazy
3D live.
thing, Yeah, and then the camera goes around. You don't, but the camera goes around. But
Gotcha.
there's so many other things there that are being introduced, and from a window scene in a store, or a passing scene on a street.
Like a window scene, like remember the movie Mannequin?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Like
That's
the
so...
front of Neiman Marcus at Christmas time, for a place that doesn't have that supply of mannequins, you know what I mean? I don't have a Santa on hand for this,
Right.
So,
good, I'm excited. Let's
Also
see.
known as the Corvette Santa. We'll ask him a little bit of some of that stuff, and you may have heard of him. Todd Keifer is with us today. Our musical guest, singer-songwriter Adam Hood, who appeared Thursday over at Table at Madeley. He will be here with us today to talk about his career in music. So if you caught him, great. If you didn't, I understand. But he'll be here today to explain, himself and what he does. We'll get a little chance to get some of the flavor of his music. He's worked with so many folks, done so many things, and I am so glad Adam Hood will join us on the show today.
Yes.
I feel like we went up a notch, for Conroe.
Good.
I think
That's
Adam's a
exciting.
big deal. A few years back, we got a chance to visit with Charlie Crockett, and Charlie Crockett was at the Heritage Park Festival that was down here. I don't remember which one it was, but Charlie Crockett is a vagabond, or was at the time. He was a homeless guy, and he traveled the U.S. as a musician, and just decided to retire from having a home. But, and I'm not sure if he always had one, or if he was just in a disposition, or it just seemed like logically a good idea. But, one of the reasons I wanted to bring up Charlie Crockett. Crockett, not only did he play at Heritage Park, but just to bring up Parks and Recreation work and what they do here for the city of Conroe, and that they're putting on concerts, and they've got the Foreigner tribute concert coming up on, I think it's Foreigner. They have
You did mention that.
A free concert coming at the down at the that happened yesterday, in fact, as a matter of fact. And every Thursday of the month. So one Thursday of every month, there is a free concert at Heritage Park.
Too many events.
It just so happens to lay over our Conroe Crossroads Festival. But it's the tribute band. I believe it's Foreigner tribute band, and they're going to be out there 7 to 8.
Okay.
So they'll be and that's a free concert.
Nice.
But Charlie Crockett did that exact same thing. Right, and he's going to be at the, there is a festival, where is it at? The Red Dirt Barbecue and Music Festival in Tyler, Texas.
Good old Tyler, okay.
And the headliner is Charlie Crockett.
Good.
He is outstanding, and that's May 6th, starts at 1 p.m., and it has sold out every seat, every part of the venue, every time it's ever had.
So that's next month. Okay.
It's sold out. It's VIP.
Road trip.
sold out the VIP. It's sold out the general admission. It has sold out the standing room area every single time they've had the Red Dirt Music Festival in Tyler, Texas. And that's on the square, downtown Tyler. Be sure to catch that sucker. And if you can't make it Saturday, May 6, 2023, to the Red Dirt and Music Festival
in Tyler, Texas.
Maybe we can talk to the folks here in the city of Conroe to bring Charlie Crockett back home.
Definitely. Okay, good.
Well, we're going to get on with this particular episode.
You said you saw it, or we're going to see it, or we've been seeing it?
Oh, you've seen it.
Okay, you've seen it.
Like a scene in a movie. SCENE.
Okay, gotcha. You've seen it.
You've seen it. That's right.
Yes, that's how it's spelled correctly. Okay.
Yeah, and let's bring in Todd Keifer.
All right,
bring in
let's
Todd
do that.
Keifer. Todd is here today.
Hola,
Todd
Todd.
Keifer.
Hello.
You've seen it. Welcome to the show, Todd.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Man, I'm glad you came. Friend, neighbor, owner of You Seen It. And, one of the things we have seen is you just kind of coming up with that. And I know you've been doing it a long time. And, but you got a lot more stuff now.
Yeah, it's been many years. Many years.
What gave you the idea before you get started? I'd like to know.
You know, I was going to bring that up, but
Is it a little too much?
we've traveled around the country through the years for my job. So we were in Georgia, probably for 6 years before here. And one of the places that everybody went at Christmas time was an older gentleman's house. Front yard, he had an old Fiat. And he had little antiquated Santa Claus that would kind of wave.
Yeah.
And I think he had a cassette tape recorder. And he would just push the car in the yard, and everybody would go take pictures. So when we got over here to Texas many years ago, we ended up with my mother-in-law's Corvette. She had a 78 Corvette. And we
Make sure you're talking that, guys, so they can hear you really
we
good.
put it in the yard and put a Santa Claus in it,
Okay.
just kind of as a joke. And the first year we did that, we had people stopping all the time. Can we take pictures?
It was a highlight.
Yes. So because that was so much fun, the next year we stepped it up a little bit, decorated the car, put some deer in front of it, and more people stopped. So it got to the point where the entire front yard was full, from a jet ski with a snowman on it to a nativity scene to a small boat with a lady elf in there, a male elf.
I trick-or-treated at his house.
Yeah.
I do.
Really?
And that has been quite an experience also.
That's yeah. So anyway, we went from Christmas to Halloween. Just started
Yeah, that seemed
accumulating
natural.
props, from Santa Clauses to skeletons.
And
You got
that
and he's got the
was-
night before Christmas scene.
We
the
do.
the stitchy guy.
Was it Jack Skeleton or whatever?
Yeah.
And that's where the idea was born.
That's where it was born. We decided it became too much for the yard. I think the neighbors helped with that. I think the last year we did it, we had right at 5,000 people sign the guest book.
Wow.
So it was just with traffic and parking, it got too much.
Neighbor
So we're like,
complaint, HOA
well,
got involved.
nobody really complained, but we just didn't want to get to that point.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yes.
we kind of pulled back
Good
and we
for
thought,
you,
you know
yeah.
what, let's take it out. Let's take it out to the people. And so that's where the business started.
And that's fantastic. He lives a few streets away. We can walk to his house. So we've known him and seen the Corvette Santa, but I usually go over there at Halloween. For one reason or another, you had a friend join us. He came to our last year's Halloween episode.
I did.
Yeah, your friend, the Skelly guy.
Are you talking about Jay
Jay
Fernandez?
is that it? No. I'm talking about that skeleton friend of yours.
Oh, you're talking about my good friend.
Yeah, the one with the red beady
The one that doesn't
eyes.
say too much. He
Yeah,
just
he
says-
didn't talk at all. JoJo got along with him really well. I think they had something going there for a minute.
He didn't come back quite right after
Yeah.
that, so we haven't been able to
Really?
use him.
Come on,
Oh.
man.
Okay, on to the
But he
next.
made friends. I'm surprised he
did, he
came
did.
back at all.
Yeah, I am too. In one piece. Yeah, yeah. And actually, we have a whole a band of those guys.
Yeah,
That was one of our
and
scenes.
I'll explain. He's a skeleton, and he's got these red eyes. They're like little juju beads, and
Mm-hmm.
he's got friends. There's a bunch of these guys, But he came on the show for Halloween last year. It was part of You Seen It's, contribution to help us out here on the
Yeah,
show
yeah,
to make
yeah.
Halloween just have that little extra to it, and he certainly did.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yeah,
He certainly did. I think he was sitting in that exact chair you're in now.
I can tell. I can feel
Yeah,
it.
he was,
I can feel
he
it.
was a guest
here.
on the show. Also, but more of an employee at You Seen It, not really, the
Gotcha.
owner.
Okay, yeah.
Non-paid employee.
Well, let's take a peek at
Participated.
some of the stuff that we're talking about.
Yeah, please, show
can we
us,
can we
show
take
us.
a look at some of these things? And
Okay.
this is what is this? Explain this one to us here.
This is one of our standalone photo booths. It was for a birthday party. So you can see the backdrop. It's kind of like a beach scene.
I like it.
It's set up for the people to stand. You kind of see the X there on the floor. That's the center. Stand there. And
Stand
then,
here,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then the little kiosk will take a picture of you. It actually, that particular one took 3 pictures and then puts them on a little template, which highlights the event. You can date the event,
cool.
highlight it, personalize
Nice.
whatever event it is.
Oh, you can personalize it.
Personalize the events, yes. And then
Okay.
he liked the beach, so that was a nice backdrop for the
Did they
people.
get their pictures?
Yes, yes. With our photo booths, you get them instantaneously on your cell phone.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, we don't print. We
nice.
go electronic, digital,
100%.
so we
That's
can send it
great.
right to your cell phone right while you're there.
Was it a
And
birthday party or?
It was a birthday party
Okay.
for that individual.
Okay.
That's
The
correct.
young man liked the beach. He said, "This is
Oh,
Bubba's Beds right out in
look
front
at
of
that.
April Sound."
Are those people really in that bubble?
That yes, they are. That is
Is
one
that
of.
Jamie McReynolds in there?
It could be. It could be.
That looks like Jamie McReynolds, loan officer on the right there.
It could be.
From Fairway Mortgage.
The lady on
Did you see me do a mortgage plug just
Yes.
then? Bam!
Real estate, baby.
That's segue work there.
The
That's
lady-
why I
the
get the
lady-
big bucks.
the lady on the left actually is Kim. She's the owner of Bubba's Beds on Santa
That's
Claus.
Jamie
Oh,
on the
gotcha.
right.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Fairway
it could be.
Mortgage.
But that's one of our 2 blow-up
Love
snow
it.
globes that you can go
Look at the
inside.
size of that deer.
Yeah, well, yeah,
It's like an inflatable?
he's on hybrid or on steroids.
Yeah, I can
It
see that.
is
That's
inflatable, yes.
It looks soft.
That's a big boy.
He is. He's got soft hide. That's one of the unique things about him.
I love the whole thing about getting in there.
So how do you get in there?
In the back, you cannot see it with the white. There's actually a little airlock tunnel to let you in and out. But what I was going to say is that just happened to be something for Christmas. We can do that for weddings. We can do that for birthday parties. Maybe children want to do some sort of a themed birthday party
Nice
to go
little
in and out
globe
for
scene.
pictures. Yes, exactly.
And you come in through a little tube in the back, and we were
I
just
like
talking.
that.
It looks like that moon habitat, where it's got that
Right?
that little vent. You walk in the back,
Everybody
you
wears
take your
silver.
your helmet off, and then you get that shh, then you go in your habitat with Santa.
This
You
one
could have,
doesn't
like, a
quite
smoke
do that,
machine
but
in
close.
there.
And
Yeah.
this is over at Dragon Bowl Z.
Yeah, that was
here in
a
Conroe.
Comic Con, I think they did downtown.
Yeah.
We set that out
That's
front.
really cool.
The Conroe Comic Con happened at the Lone Star Convention Center here in Conroe, and then they came over
Yes.
with some of the other, because they did the Dragon Ball Z, the whatever the show is, and they brought some of those animated characters and things like that. And you brought
We
the
brought a
actual
dragon.
dragon.
That
So-
actually the picture doesn't show, but he was blowing smoke out when he growled. So
Wow. So how do you operate that dragon? Is there someone in there?
Nope. It's a solid dragon. Runs off of either AC or DC, whatever the event provides or needs. And then
That's really cool.
he'll do his thing. He'll growl based on motion.
Really?
And then he'll blow. If we set up the right way, he'll blow smoke out. So
Okay.
eyes glow. He had a red light on to make it look better at night. But yeah.
That is
So how do you
Here, this reminds me of the mannequin, the movie.
It reminds me of like a Dillard's window
yeah,
or
totally,
like the
like New
holiday
York. Yes,
festive
yes,
scene.
beautiful.
It's so nice. And this is the back stairway facing the lake out in Walden. So basically you'd be walking through the garden and just walk up on it. It'd probably surprise that it was so
Beautiful.
so considerate. Yeah, considerate. So much consideration to a back window is how you try.
Well, actually,
I like
a
it.
misnomer, they have events downstairs, like maybe office Christmas parties or something, that you walk right by that to go in. So this
like
year
it.
we did try and do a little bit more in conjunction with the citizens of Walden
Okay.
to make that yard area. We put a community Christmas
Oh, really?
tree under the gazebo and some
didn't see
lights so
that.
people
How do I
So
not
that
see
could be the
this?
backdrop picture.
Exactly.
I like that.
Exactly right. That was
Okay.
what that was for.
Ah,
Yeah, you can't tell,
nice.
but some of the little plane and stuff moves in there, so it is a moving
Super cool.
few things. Yeah.
That is really neat.
So tell me, what do you want to do that you haven't done yet? With you seen it. With you seen it. I mean, let me put some
Seen
lines
it.
around it. Yeah,
That's
with you seen
that's
it.
a loaded question.
What would you like to see you seen it be doing in like a year from now?
So it sounds like you're pretty open to any type of creativity.
Oh yeah, one thing about us that makes us unique is we will do consultation. So my wife is more into that, but you can call and say, you know what, I have a vision. This is what I think, and she'll take that and run with it and put together some ideas
Okay.
and come back to the point like there's an organization, Golfers Against Cancer.
yes, out in Walden.
Active out of Walden. They have an annual gala every year. This one last year was in, I think, October in Kingswood. They came to us and are like, we're thinking about a Western, like a Texas type theme. What can you
Right.
guys do? So my wife went to work.
Is that what that was? Oh, wow. We made several donations this, and we had folks come to the station and bring several donations to Carrie and some of the other folks
Yes,
from Rinkers.
Carrie Rainey is right, yes.
Yeah, and for that and the other businesses, I wish I could remember all of them, but so many came in and literally walked in that door and brought checks. It was really heartfelt. It was cool.
That's
really
neat. I
we
like
put
that.
the N in nonprofit, so
Exactly.
I'm not even sure what that implies. But,
I was just saying.
we did. We brought in
Yes,
capital.
go
you know?
nonprofit. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and really, Golfers Against Cancer.
Yeah, of
But,
course,
you'd like to
course,
think
come
that one
on.
day they're going to cure that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But in the
that's
meantime,
so important. I love how your wife is very involved. She's always a creative mind. So kudos to her.
Yeah, she's the creator, I'm the builder. So where I was going with that is,
Nice.
by the time that was done, we'd build a ranch scene, like the entrance to a ranch.
I saw this ranch scene.
For their stage.
You use that ranch scene on other things. It's just
We
getting
have.
better.
Yes, we had
Right,
to.
you're outing. You're right. This ranch scene was a ranch scene. Now it's like the ranch scene. It's like Dallas now. You know what I mean? It's like the movie, the sitcom. You know, we went from, this to that. And I really seeing, even through the photography, the gradual where you're bringing more to the table every time. And I like that. And I can understand. I'm going to add things as people in these consultations find
Yes.
a weird fit. Like, you want to do what?
We're open. We're
we
open
don't own
to-
that, but, we
And
get
how long? What's the time frame? 4 hours, 6 hours to get everything set up?
Oh, it just depends.
Yeah.
It depends. It could take a day.
wow.
It just depends
yeah.
on what they
Yeah.
want.
How extravagant
How
the-
extravagant
But
it
that's
is.
nice until you get it done and until, they're happy with what they see. So.
Yes, that's the
Good.
goal.
That
We
is
want you
the
to be
goal.
happy with what you see.
Right.
I guess everything's
You
kind of
seen
weird.
it. You see
You
that?
seen it.
You seen it.
You're getting that right finally.
Yeah, I'm working on it. But, I just think there's a lot of room there to do some crazy stuff, have some fun with it, play around a bit. And, that whole grow as you build, I think plenty of room there to continue to do that. And I look forward to seeing what YouSeen puts out there in the future. What's in store? Tell me what's in store. What plans do you have on the table now that you're going to do, or you're going to get, you're going to add to the? I mean, I know you got the 360 camera thing, right? Where you can just
Then
stand there.
We are getting ready for our first event with our 360. We've been using the standalone kiosk, but now we're going to introduce the 360, which is
Okay.
a little more intricate.
But everybody's looking for that. That's on
Yes.
everybody's list. I mean, every vendor, every event, every promoter.
Absolutely. It's fun.
Yeah, El Tigre had that at the event the last
I
time I
bet
went
they
out there.
did, of
Yeah, we went
course.
in all
That's
the
like-
boxers.
that's the
And
thing.
they gave us some
The newness.
gloves to put
Mm-hmm.
on. So when it went
Oh,
around,
that's
we had
cool.
little props. The
That's
girls,
cool.
they had pink ones for the girls, little
Mm-hmm.
ones for the kids, a big one for
Love
the
it.
men.
Love
And
it.
really, it was a one size fits all kind of thing, but super cool. And we'll see El Tigre Promotions and Alfonso Lopez fighting again June 3rd.
In
June
good old
3rd.
G-Town.
Galveston, Texas, on the Seawall. He'll be
Yes.
at the Galveston Convention Center right there.
Yes.
June 3rd. Alfonso Lopez
That's
is
a good
hopefully.
little tag in. Good
Yeah,
job.
and hopefully
Okay.
he's going for the belt, the Bridgeweight Championship
Oh my
of
gosh.
the world.
One of many.
Yeah, so hopefully we see that. But I'm sorry to take away, but I wanted to plug it when we could and when we crossed
Yes.
over that, because he does use those type of props and those kind of things. And I've seen many of the things from you've seen it in different ways and little bits and pieces. But to people to say you can call one guy has all that stuff, can do all those things, and know someone, right?
Right.
Rather than just
If I see
Google
it,
it.
you've seen it.
Yeah, she's seen it. I mean,
Yeah,
she
I-
has seen it now.
And if I could interject, I think you just hit a nail on the head. That's one thing we want to specialize in.
Nice.
You can call from your house.
Okay.
Hey, we want you to come to our backyard. We want you to come to our dining room. We're going to do a surprise birthday party for Grandpa. Whatever it is, we come to you. We'll come out and set up at your place. We're not just tied to businesses, like the yacht club or somewhere else. We can
Right.
individualize it, because a lot of people have
That's
parties,
good.
small
That's
parties
good.
and stuff.
Yes,
We want to be
exactly.
Super Bowl parties, you name it.
But you're at Bubba's Beds. You're at April Sound. I thought I saw some April Sound work. Did you do anything out there yet?
no,
not
just-
yet. You Walden. You did the Mudbug Music Festival in Montgomery,
They
right?
did-
Am I
yes,
right there?
They allowed us to set the ranch scene up for the entrance to the VIP area.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then you did the Sancheng Comic Con thing that they had on the streets over there, just kind of getting out, And they're a fun group.
I
Comic Con's
love
good.
it. That's
We
great.
cover a
That's
few
awesome.
Comic Cons, but
Right.
it feels like I'm playing and not working. It's still I'm looking at an event, I'm
It's
covering
exciting,
an event. Yeah.
You see the whole scene of look and feel, touch come alive. So I think that's really
We
really
met
awesome.
with Kevin Sorbo at the last Comic Con. The Conan and Kroll. I think he was in Kroll and a few other movies. Kevin Sorbo was there, but he was on the faith-based movie that he was at, and it was his movie intro. Michael Chapa, the Blue Power Ranger, was there. One of the writers for
Cool.
Pickle Rick, whatever that show's called, Pickle Rick is on the. I think it's called Pickle Rick. But anyway, one of the artists, the main artist, was there, and it was funny because he refused to sign any non-official T-shirts.
Yeah.
So if you brought him one of those fake shirts, he wouldn't sign it. He didn't care if you paid or not. It's like, not that. That's a fake. I'm not signing it.
Too bad.
We're the artist on the shirt. I mean, that's not one of ours. That's
Right?
literally stolen. So I get those interests and those things, and Comic-Con brings to the city of Conroe and what it does and how it helps the city. And I'd love to see them out working and doing stuff. I'd love to see you guys out there. How can folks find you to enhance
we're
their next party?
Definitely.
Instagram, TikTok. We have a Facebook page.
Facebook.
And they
Oh.
just
Google.
type in "you seen it."
You.
How do you spell it?
Let me see your card over
Right
there.
here, look, right here. It's written right here.
We're
the
gonna
letters.
we're gonna put that
The
we're gonna
letter
put that in the
U.
notes. People are gonna tell you all about it.
It's not
And-
Y-O-U.
No, it's the letter U and then seen and then it. But you can reach them. What's the phone number, Todd?
229-869-3520.
There you go. We call Todd. Todd, thank you for coming on the show
Thank
today.
you. Thank you. I enjoyed it.
Todd. We're
Thank you very
excited.
much.
That's awesome. I'm glad we can help.
Excited.
I hope they give you a buzz and we have you at the next birthday party with the dragon. We'll be right back with Adam Hood.
Ow!
Lone Star Radio on my mind. So won't you kick your feet up if you have.
Audience of One, Wednesdays at 10 a.m. right here on Conroe's 106.1 and 104.5. Listen to the brain droppings of local hosts, me, Andrew Belshner, along with the jewel of Montgomery County radio, Dick Schisler. Topical musings, news stories, oddities, or just weird conversations that we normally have with ourselves, all mixed together with the occasional guest. You can also find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts.
'Cause 21 days has got me thinking that 21 days is 22 days too long. Fayetteville, Little
Welcome back
Rock.
to the Texas Ticket. This is Armando and Gina back again, and we have our.
Well, you know that
I know. I'm excited. Gina Magali Rodriguez, One Property Group Real Estate. Gracias.
Oh my goodness. Well, with us today we have Adam Hood. Adam Hood. He performed last night at the table at Madeley for the Conroe Crossroads Music Festival.
Hello.
Welcome. And that'll
How
be
are
going
y'all?
on all
Good,
week.
thank you.
Doing fantastic. I appreciate you so much coming on for us. Where you at
Oh,
right
man,
now?
It's my pleasure. Thank you guys for having me. I'm glad to be in the area, and thank you guys for your interest in talking about it.
Love the sound.
Yes.
Love the sound. And I don't even know what to call it anything.
Thank you.
I don't know if we call it country, red dirt. What? I know you've written for a lot of people that some of the questions are like when you write a song, is the intention country, or does the country artist make it country when they sing it?
Yeah, it depends on the artist. I mean, and that's kind of why you sort of learn as a songwriter to kind of have a little broader perspective on things. If you've got someone that's in the room that sings on the bluesier side of things, you want to be able to kind of cater to that. And the only reason why I do that is because of the fact that, number one, I get the opportunity to write with people that I admire. And so by doing that, I mean,
Nice.
what's the best form of admiration is to sort of go in prepared and say, okay, well, here's what you do that I feel like I can get close to. And so the more versatile you can be like that, the better off you're going to be, and the better chance you're going to get a song getting cut. So
Good
I'd rather
point.
you record it than not.
Well, you're good at writing. I've listened to the words intently. As a matter of fact, I played them back. What did he just say? What was that? It rhymed perfectly. Was it cake on your sundress? And she kept it on the whole time. You wrote that song, right? Did you write
I
the?
did, yeah. And in fact, I wrote that song a long time ago with a guy named Pete Anderson, and Pete was he was the guy that produced all Dwight Yoakam's records and played guitar for Dwight. And I got the chance to work with him on one of my first albums.
I love
And so
me
we
some
took songs off of that album that are kind of part of this one. I think there's a demographic of people that'll be familiar with 22 Days, and then there's a demographic of people that won't be familiar with it. So timing was right to do it.
And you've done some work for some other amazing folks, and you know, when you're a writer, it's almost like a ghostwriter to some effect. You know, you don't really, nobody really knows. You know, they get the thunder and all the applause and all that goes for, like, I don't know. It's like being a lineman, and the quarterback gets all the glory. But watch me step out of the way. You know,
It's funny you say that, because I took for granted that that everybody didn't pay attention to writers the way I did. I mean, man, that was immediately, and I don't know why it was like this, but immediately, if I heard a song I liked, and whether it was a hymn or a Al Green song or a Poison song, I want to know who wrote it. I don't know why. That was just this is interesting. Who wrote it? And so I took for granted that everybody doesn't act like that. So I planned my career about something that's like a niche market. I don't know, works for me.
That's a good
It's
point.
a happier place to be, as far as I'm concerned.
you worked with Miranda Lambert and a few other names, and we could throw some names real quick if you want to throw a few around and just tell us a little bit, because honestly, we may not know. I mean, I wish we all did. I wish the world was as astute to the writer as the artist, but
Right.
sometimes are the artist to the vocalist. I don't even know how to say that correctly without offending you, but I'm trying not to.
Close enough. It's not. Listen, you're not going to offend me.
Much respect, though. And it's merited. And go ahead, tell us a little bit about who you've worked with.
So, I mean, most recently, I've been doing work with Brent Cobb a lot. Miranda, back to that. I mean, she's kind of the person that got me my job in Nashville, if you will. I mean, I was just pounding pavement between, Alabama and Texas and everywhere I could. I toured with Leon Russell, if people know who that is. I mean, about as famous as it gets in certain circles. But I toured with him for a couple of years, and I went everywhere from New York to Malibu with Leon, and then met Miranda. She got me to Nashville. And I mean, just the writing's been, but Brent Cobb and I have been making records. We did the last record we did with Blackberry Smoke. They were the band. And just, it just depends. I mean, I've kind of worked with everybody from the Heathens to,
Cool.
Somebody. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody that's different from the Heathens.
Yeah, she means the band, the Heathens,
Yes,
not actual bunch of heathens.
I know. Love it.
I know.
There's some of those too.
My music speech is ridiculous, isn't it? I know it.
Well, you've got some things coming up, and a thing coming up, and then hopefully we get you out here a little more often, because I really do love the sound, and I really want to hear more of it, and I am so excited that you're here in this area of Texas, with stone's throw of our homes, where we can come out and come visit, come see you, and you're going to be over at the Do-Si-Do, from what I understand.
Yes, correct. I'll be there May 25th. I think that's either Thursday night or Friday night. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad we kind of got the opportunity to come and play in the area. It's funny because I don't like the Conroe area. I haven't done much, but I did this one house concert back when I had hair. More hair. And it's on YouTube, and like the whole show, like they just filmed the whole show, and man, I mean, I get more plays on that one concert.
Wow, Conroe loves you.
I mean, like full videos. So yeah, I mean, so I have I don't know. I feel like I sort of owe you like a income tax or something like that.
Yeah. We'll send over the request, the paperwork and whatnot.
Definitely.
Yeah. I've got a specific address I'll get to you to send.
You just got to put us in a song. Put Conroe in a song somewhere, Just throw it in. I've heard Beaumont. I've heard some Tyler. Maybe even some Longview in a lot of songs.
Shout out Lone Star
Abilene.
Radio and something,
Maybe just Conroe. Maybe just Conroe. I mean, from Conroe to Galveston.
That's right.
All right, you have the wheels turning, not you watch.
That's right.
Because Conroe's kind of a good rhyming word. You could probably get some.
Yes.
The C words are kind of tough ones.
A good rhyming word.
Well,
nice.
at the same time, though, but it is a musical name. I agree, and there are names that are not musical. And the challenge as a songwriter is to make not musical things musical. However, when it is musical, I mean, I'll grab low hanging fruit. You know what I mean? And so nothing wrong with that. So, I mean, I can make a lot of things off Conroe.
Anything's possible. Come on, Armando.
That's right.
We'll get you views for it. Well, we'll definitely come out to
that sounds
Do-Si
very
Do
true.
May 25th at Do-Si Do.
525. We'll remember that. Definitely.
And he, that's right, it's 525.
525,
There you
yeah.
go. And he played Thursday for the Conroe Crossroads Festival, which will be going on from April 13th to April 16th. And will you be doing the square for the weekend? Are you going to hang out, or are you got to rush out after you this weekend, or you got
Yes, in fact, we've actually we're fixing to get on a cruise. It's called the Rock the Coast cruise. I mean, we're heading out.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
So you'll
that's
be
kinda-
gone immediately after.
Yeah, so we had that. The timing was really perfect for the festival. So I'm glad we got to do this.
So
Yeah.
leaving out of Galveston or where?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay,
So
good.
if you want to track him down, you know where to find him.
Yep. Go to town. Go on the
The
port.
paparazzi will be at the port. No flash photography. Stop.
Oh, man.
They must be from Conroe.
Well, that's going to be fun. Is it like a 5-day, 7-day, or?
Yeah, this one is a 5-day cruise. Yeah, and I did the Delbert McClinton cruise back in January, and that was a 7-day one. This one's 5 days, and it's me and Jason Eady and Courtney Patton and Jamie Wilson, Sonny Sweeney. Let's see, Craig Wayne Boyd. I think Buddy Jewell's on there. So there's Texas country, but then some charted country,
Yeah.
mainstream or a little bit Nashville artists. So
Wow.
it should be fun. I mean, I'm looking.
What a hell of
forward
a
to it. I mean,
cruise.
That's going to be so fun.
Where y'all cruising to? Then where do you go? Where's the boat going?
I think Cancun is one. I know we have 2 stops. One of them's
Okay.
Cancun.
Okay.
I don't. You know what? We're probably going to Alaska, and I'm telling you, we're going to Cancun.
Sounds like a hell of a ride already.
Wow, from Galveston to Alaska. I don't know about that.
We could go anywhere.
So I heard Willie Nelson turned 90. I heard Willie's 90.
I'm sorry.
I heard Willie Nelson turned 90.
He turned 90
I heard he turned 90 years old. Willie at 90.
already.
And yeah,
When was his birthday?
I don't know, but one of the reasons I wanted to bring that up is, I don't remember this, but I've been told by many of the folks here in Conroe down the square that he used to sell his CDs down here on the square. He was from this area, so he would come out and sell records at the time, 45s, and out in the Conroe Square.
Good old Willie.
Good old Willie. But
That's awesome.
I'm telling you, we're really, Miracle City's really trying to work on some of those things to get that music scene going a lot. And I think having Adam Hood here in the house, in town, and local, maybe throwing our name about a bit, is nothing but good food and good fruit for later days. And hopefully we get you back out to Conroe.
Yes.
Tell me a favorite song. Which one of your songs that you've written that you think is something that well represents you, that someone can go find and say, hey, that's a good look at me right now. That's who I am.
Way Too Long is probably that's a great one. That's one that probably would be that's the one that everyone seems to know me by, and that I'm the most comfortable being known by that.
That's your staple.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
That's
go
a
with that
staple.
one. Now, if you ask me tomorrow, I may think differently, but I think that's.
And then after the cruise, it might be something else, right?
There's no telling. That's right. It might be something about
There's no
going to Alaska,
telling.
thinking you're going to Mexico.
That's a lot of influence to getting trapped on a boat with a lot of musicians. You end up writing something before you fall. I fell down my stairs and wrote a Bush song yesterday.
What?
I had a guitar in my hand and I stumbled down and I was like, is that a Bush song? It was like, I think it was.
That's funny.
He's like, that's funny.
That's funny.
Anyway,
Oh my gosh.
it was refreshing to hear. We listened to, as part of our show, we kind of listen to every musician that comes to town, give them a listen, play a few songs. And we usually, I try to get a little deeper into it because, who knows, that might be his worst, that could be his favorite, that could be this, that could be that. If you were to watch an artist, that drew, stick figures, eventually, if he had a little YouTube channel, eventually he's in full CGI like 20 years later. Do you feel like that's the way the music stair steps work? You can kind of go back and peel the onion far enough. You go back to your rookie days.
Oh man, it's a different world. I mean, honestly, everything's changed, and it's just. But at the same time, I mean, everything has changed now. But then I talked to a fellow that said, nobody was selling records in the '50s, and I thought, well, that's what everybody's saying now. You know what I mean? So I mean,
Yeah.
for everything that's changed, it's just the formats that have changed, and yeah, it's a little bit of an adjustment. But at the same time, there's an adjustment that anybody that has to do this long enough just has to deal with, I mean, and I'm okay doing that as long as I get to write and play and sing. You know what I mean? Like if it
Yeah.
gets to where it's one of those things to where there are more things happening than I can be creative and entertain, then there's then we got to skin it back somewhere. But as long as I'm able to be creative, enjoy what I've created enough to go through different avenues of doing it to bring it to folks, because I think it's good and I hope they do too. I mean, I don't know. I'm happy. That's fine with me.
That's a good point, though.
It really
Wow.
is.
I mean, really. I mean,
It's true.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you either adjust to it or you don't. And
Right.
I mean, some of it's just all a matter of how you look at it. Some of it's fun. Some of it's work. But that's all right. It's my job. I work at it.
Yeah,
So some of it
definitely,
has to be work.
There's
Good,
there's
that's
very
great.
few occupations you can take to the grave. You know what I mean? You can work all the way as a musician. You could be,
Yeah.
and Willie's 90. Willie's
Yeah,
90.
exactly.
Back to Willie.
So I don't need a
Willie's 90.
retirement. I'll
And
never
I
be
mean,
in,
And I don't.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad.
I was gonna say. I mean, I don't. I haven't followed his career. From. I mean, he was popular when I was born, and so I can't say that he's never spoke of retirement. But yeah, I mean, it's just like that's not a quit. I mean, retire. Stop doing it. Why bother?
You're enjoying
it's a
it.
pretty
You
cool
love
gig,
it.
At the end
Yeah.
of the day, it's not that bad.
Yeah, and the fact that's in your heart, you like it, you enjoy the work, and I think even if your arthritis got to you, you could still write.
But there's no stopping. There's no stopping.
Yeah, and you wouldn't want to.
I agree,
I mean,
yeah.
you enjoy it. So I really do. I do like the musical career has its definite advantages. That put in play that, man, if you're a laborer, you're not going to work into 90. You know what I mean? That job's coming to an end at some point. And if there's a lot of jobs in that
Yeah.
way. If you're
Right.
an NFL player,
Oh, yeah.
I'm lucky to make 40, 35.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So you've got to plan your life different. You've got to plan your future different. This is one you can take all the way, and it
That's right.
differentiates it big time. And so does the polar opposite, an NFL career, or, someone that only gets so long at bat, sort of say,
Right.
to use that career, to use their youth to make the most out of it, which being a musician, it's not required necessarily. Does it, when you go on a
and,
show?
I heard Rodney Crowell say. That that he remembered a time when he got out of the music business. You know what I'm saying? So, and he said that during the promotion of an album. You know what I mean? So, in just the same way, there's times and places and chapters in your life where you just your intentions are different for different reasons, and that's cool. I'm fine with that.
Right.
I mean, I'm
But that's what makes
I'm
you
okay
a
with
genuine
that.
artist.
Thank you. I hope so. I mean,
Absolutely.
because I do. I mean, I care about it being genuine.
And it's unique. The sound's unique. I couldn't even put my finger on whether I wanted to call it country or not. And I know some of the songs that I liked, I would not have regarded them as a country song. But it's not that some of them I didn't, because some of them were certainly, this is totally a country song. And if I put it in the
Yes,
context
correct.
of the rest of the album or the rest of the CD, then yes, I would say it within that confine. I guess if you played at the rodeo, I'd feel it was more country. But then you played at fine dining restaurant. You know what I mean? I'd still enjoy you in the lounge.
Correct. And I have played enough rodeos to understand the difference. Yes, sir. I completely understand where you're coming from.
I feel
and
it.
there are certain things that I think, well, that went over well. And there are certain things I say, we probably should play that at a rodeo again. You know what I mean? So I understand both sides of it. But yeah, I mean, truthfully, I mean, there are plenty of songs that I intend on being country, because when I was a child, Merle Haggard was on the same radio station that the Commodores were on. My parents, you know what I'm saying? Like when I stood up in the middle of the bench seat of the pickup truck, I remember, my father never turned the station, and I heard both. You know what I'm saying? And
KSBJ in Cincinnati. KSBJ in Cincinnati.
I mean, those are the things that created my sound.
WKRP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Les Nessman with the news.
Les Nessman had the news. Welcome to WKRP. This is Les Nessman with the news.
Les Nessman.
Those are the days. I remember those days growing up, and it was like it was all on one station, except for Ka Ku Ku Ka. You know, the ding,
yeah.
ding, ding.
Yes.
Yeah, there was the Spanish station.
106.5.
Yeah. Ku Ku Ka. Yeah, there was that, and
We've been there.
yeah, all on one station. You know, it could be they'd have it all in there. But yeah, those are the days, man. And they were definitely just spam them all into one. And you know, it seems like now you've got like 500 stops on the FM dial, and then you've got your podcast, you got your shows.
Did you like it better then, or do you like it better now? What do you prefer?
I don't think I was as much of a music enthusiast as I am now, and I do like now that I am, that I can get exactly to what I want by genre, you know what I mean, and get specific if that's the mood, you know. So I guess I appreciate the now, like same way. You ask me later, and I'll probably give you a different answer, but
everything changes.
I think now it's good to have it narrowed up for me, you know, because I want it what type of genre I'm looking for.
You can narrow down what you like and be able to sort of focus on that, and dig a little deeper. That's cool. That's good to know.
I got a question. So when you watch yourself on YouTube, right? So you go to your own song, you pick one up. You know, sometimes it unlike certain things, it plays like Alexa will automatically play like my series of music that I like immediately following the song I requested. But in your case, do you find that the music is random after you watch a video when you watch YouTube, or it is more of you, or when you just say, hey, I picked one song by name and I let it play, what comes on after? What kind of music comes on after?
Ooh.
It's funny you say that because it and I don't know how it does. I mean, of course, you know, everything is an algorithm. There are times when, and it kind of, it's interesting because it sort of depends on what I'm promoting, what project I'm promoting. Like this thing, you know, with this record, I recorded with the band The Heathens with Gordy Quist and those guys. So, I mean, it was like, it's sort of that Americana world. But then when I was working with Brent, it would be Brent stuff, Tyler Childers stuff, like Sturgill, like that sort of that avenue of things. And then, you know, same thing. I mean, you know, I got to cut on a Little Big Town album, and then I would hear Little Big Town songs. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's all.
But it was relative.
Dependent on kind of what we're promoting.
It was relative.
Really it's fun to watch every now and then. You know what I mean? Because it's interesting to see, like, you know, what is I don't know. What does the algorithm think of me? I don't know why.
I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious. So, how they place you, you know, and same thing with Tyler Childers and Sturgill Simpson, right? You know, they played, but he mixes like Nirvana and stuff in that one song. You know, he does a remix of those. So he's kind of, I don't know. I go folk to Nirvana with him. You know, it's like I don't know what he call it, but he's certainly country.
You said focusing. That's the opposite of focus.
Yeah, he's way not focused. And then the other Tyler Childers. I mean, he just became all hymns. You know, he's on. You can hear his gum rattle in the pew. You know, he's trying to sing along. You know, he's.
Everybody's got to make a gospel album, don't they? We all got to have a gospel.
Of
course.
Yeah.
I mean,
that one, My Hounds to Heaven, man, it was outstanding. He's got some really good music. I love me some Tyler Childers. You hit one there, and I put that sound in that same, and I can't put a finger on what I'd call him either. You know what I mean? And you know, I can find Tyler Childers in folk, but I can also find him in religious music, and I can also find him in country music, and I can also, it just goes on, and I think that's kind of like a little universal bit there, it's somewhat, and.
Yeah, and that's the beauty in having access to. So, I mean, like, I can go listen to everything the Amazing Rhythmist has ever recorded. I can go find unreleased Delbert McClinton albums. I can, you know what I mean, like that. Like, thanks to the different avenues that we have, like there's a lot of cool music that you can find out there. And that's the kind of stuff that, like, I mean, the song may be ridiculous, but the bass line's cool, and you pull from that, and you just kind of collect as you go, and you become. I heard somebody say that there becomes a point where you sort of you absorb so many of your influences that you become your own person, because it's all kind of mashed in there, and it just becomes the one ball that's you. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. And because, you don't want to get, and that's the thing. I mean, what's an influence? Well, I mean, anything. I can draw from anything.
Like that cruise you're about to go on, you're going to get some serious influence. You're going to be confined in a ship with a bunch of other artists that, it's inevitable. I'd love to be there with a camera getting some of that one tore up room that everybody uses just to play around in, because not my room. They ain't coming in here, then we go over to that cabin because he don't care. So you go over to his cabin and everybody's in there playing that one, that one.
But I mean, just to add to what you're saying is basically it's continual growth. Who you are today, you're going to be somebody else next year, 2 years, 5 years from now. So yeah, you're exactly right. It's all about who you're influenced by.
Because there's a lot of room. Like I'm by no means the best version of myself. I'm not the best version of myself as a dad. I'm not the best version of myself as a husband, as a human being, as whatever. I mean, and a musician is. I would be sad to think I'm the best version of me now. I can always get better. I mean, if I can't be a better writer, I can be a better guitar player. If I can't be a better I mean, trust me, there's always somebody to learn from.
Exactly.
There's always somebody to learn from.
So Conroe to Cancun, flipping cigarettes in the Atlantic. And
continual growth.
Yeah,
that's
continuous growth. Well, we'll.
That's right.
We're gonna wrap up, Adam, and I'm excited about catching a little do-si-do, catching a little time with you there May 25th, 525.
525.
We will
do-si-do.
We will definitely be there. We'll come out, check you out. We'll do a full movie of the whole thing from beginning to end without breaks. That way we can compete with that other video. Because apparently it's the way to go.
I know.
we got like 250,000 people following you now. I mean, I saw collectively. I think on a few channels, it's definitely on the move. I think they're catching on to the sound.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell, man. And that's the thing. Like for everything that happens over on this format, something weird happens on that format. And like it's almost like that's the one thing that's hard about social media. You have to be able to run your own race and still look to every side of you and not let any of it bother you. I mean, I have to really truthfully, I have to consciously tell myself, run your own race, Adam. Run your own race, Adam. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
you're on your own.
This guy's going on this guy's playing on this festival with so-and-so, and who nobody called. Well, no, don't worry about that. Run your own race, And so, yeah, you're absolutely right. And I'm glad, honestly, if anybody listens to my music or hears me and goes, all right, I dig that. Anybody, that's fine. I'll take it one by one, because, I mean, there are plenty of people that go, oh, Lord, what is that? Listen to that.
Come on. You're being humble, and I appreciate that.
I'm being honest.
Where can I catch you at? Tell our followers where they can find you, where they can listen to some of this music. And I know they can find you 525 over at Do-Si-Do, and we'll all be out there. But other than that, where can they listen to some of the other stuff we've been talking about?
So everything is going through adamhood.com. You can go to adamhood.com, which we hope that that's about as simple as it gets. And that'll just, I mean, we have all our social media links there. I have links to all the YouTube videos. I have links to all the songs, the albums, and the singles. We're dependent on what format you want to listen to. If you want to download it, you can listen to it. If you want to order the I don't know, I'll make a cassette tape of it if you want me to.
Where do I get the T-shirt? That's what I need. I need a new Adam Hood T-shirt. I'll get over it. I'll pick it up at Do-Si-Do in the swag section.
Oh.
All right, Adam. Hey, thank you for coming. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Adam.
See you
Best
525.
Of luck. Yes.
I appreciate it. Stay safe on that cruise.
It's my pleasure. Thank y'all so much for having me. I'm looking forward to next month.
Awesome.
Definitely.
Thank you, Adam.
Take care. Good luck.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Every Friday, tune into Texas Ticket on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 FM with Armando Nino of Gull Lake Conroe, focusing on Montgomery County area events and places. Get a feel of the Texas spirit at the event, paired with guest and vendor interviews, event coverage, and ticket giveaways, and so much more. Join us Fridays and punch your Texas ticket. For more information on the show, visit irlonestar.com/Texas Ticket. Welcome back to the Texas Ticket. It's Armando and Gina Madeley Rodriguez.
Gina Magali Rodriguez. You slur it. You have to say it así tranquilo. Gina Magali Rodriguez. Aquí estamos.
My camera looks terrible over here. We're on the big screen now.
Hola, hola.
Over the stadium.
Okay. Sale.
Well, a lot of stuff coming on. This is the Punch Your Texas Ticket segment of the show.
Yes, sir.
And
all the events are going on.
There's so many. I got multiple pages.
Dude, I have
You even
8
brought your
events.
own notes today.
Yes.
And it was wonderful to hear from Adam Hood and Todd Keifer from You've Seen It. Adam Hood, the musician, singer, songwriter.
Impressive. Both. Yeah.
Right.
Really exciting.
We wanted to kind of pull this off a bit because we had so much to talk about in this segment. It really merited us to slow it down a bit. Some are happening just immediate. Some have just happened. Like Adam Hood played last night at
The table at the
Table
Madeley. Yes.
And as this show, of course, is pre-recorded, that makes it kind of difficult to speculate how
But
that
it's okay.
played out.
We have
Yes.
lots going on.
Lots going on. And,
I'm ready.
You're ready? Okay, go ahead. So we're going to get started. We're going to start with some events that she's got in store for us. Go ahead.
And this looks, you have your little flip book as well. So, going on the first event, Springfest at Foz, the 22nd of April, 11 a.m. to April 23rd. So, it's a 2-day event till 9 p.m. So, you know where Foz is, 236 North Main here in downtown Conroe.
And that's the brewery known as Voss.
Yes, yes. Basically, they're having weenie dog races. So lots going on, German food, live music, festival, and lots of fun and games. So moving on to the Golden Oak Micro Cellar. So this is really exciting. Let me tell you.
New Waverly, right?
Yes. Let me tell you, I talked to the
place.
owner, winemaker, El Señor Alex Bader. He is having a wine tasting class, okay? Very special event starting April 15th, and there's also one in May. So please, definitely go check it out. GoldenOakMicroCellar.com/events. So I had this conversation, and here it goes. Here goes the story.
With Golden Oaks.
Yes, Golden Oaks Micro Cellar was founded in 2016. I believe there was a gentleman in the name of Dan Hong and Mr. Alex Bader. They acquired a 13-acre parcel of land in New Waverly, Texas, literally up the road, not even 20 minutes. Property had not only, I guess you could say, very traditional, but it was a farmhouse established around 1964. And it was a dedicated horse ranch, okay? So these gentlemen, they revived the land, started its estate vineyard in 2016. As of today, the vineyard is a home of about 600 nurtured vines, included Blanc du Bois, Esserai, et le Merlot, et le Caminere
That is
Noir.
not how you say that.
Okay, how do you say it? How do you say it?
That is Blanc de Bois, Syrah, Merlot, and my Caminere New York.
Thank you. So this class is for you, and it's basically a wine tasting experience. You get to be able to have all the basics, analyzing wine samples, 3 basic points: sight, nose, and palate.
So they're going to do this
Very
little wine
impressive.
tasting over. And I hate to say little, I make it small.
No,
it's
no,
13
it's
acres.
phenomenal.
So,
April 15th,
600
4 to
vines.
5:30. Yes,
Okay, April 15th. That is tonight.
Saturday,
Tomorrow.
tomorrow, sir. Yes.
Oh, well, that's a cool day to spend the day. And New Waverly is
Yes.
nice. There's a lot of cool stuff out there.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So definitely check it out. And if not, May 27th is the next one. So we have, do you do yoga? Do you even work out, Armando?
Yoga and working out. It's like,
No?
I
Okay, that's
work
enough.
out, not yoga.
So there's a rooftop
I just don't know
yoga
how they're together.
at the the Woodlands, 2 Waterway Square Place. Basically, it's April 1st, and it's ongoing till October.
It's on the roof at the West.
Yes, yes. You know where the pool is at? Right there by the nightclub. It's happening. Saturday morning till October. Price is $30. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. but
Saturday morning till October.
yes, all the way through October.
It
Every
takes that long to
Saturday,
finish your
sir.
yoga?
Every Saturday.
Oh, the Saturday.
Every Saturday,
I
9
thought
to
we're
10.
like moving in over there.
So
Is there any goats?
no goats. No
Okay,
goats.
good,
Sorry.
okay,
It's
good.
just sun and beautiful. Beautiful scene of the rooftop. So, other than that, we have our One Property Group networking B2B, business to business. One Property Group with Monica Brasovsky, our broker. Thursday, April 22nd
H1s.
from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the H Bistro in downtown Montgomery. Please.
H Bistro. It's not
We
H1s.
would
Is
love-
it H1s and H Bistro the same thing?
Yes, Mr. Steve is the owner. And
Isn't
I
there
think
two
he's-
guys there? Two winemakers?
Well, there is two gentlemen, but I believe Mr. Steve is the voice
The voice.
of the
okay.
locations. He has 3 locations.
Well,
he
you
will
know,
be coming
and-
on our
and-
show.
And I hope so. But you know, these proprietors that go into the wine business, I like the handler. You know, when I look, I want to know the guy that made the wine. I mean, not the investor. I mean, he could still call himself the owner, and he probably
Yes,
legally is.
yes,
I own the
yes.
LLC for this winery. It's like, yeah, okay, cool. You know, but what I want to know is the guy that has that craft. You know, the craftsman, the guy that makes the vino. Is he the guy that makes
La
the
Viñera. No,
yeah,
I think he
you know,
is the
it's,
owner.
I want that
He
that
owns
guy.
it,
You
yeah.
know, I mean, I'd rather have Dean Martin than RCA Records. You
Well,
know what I
maybe
mean?
we'll just have to
I
look
want to
into
see the
that one.
craftsman.
So I like to thank all the wonderful sponsors for One Property
I think
Group.
he is a craftsman, though. I mean, honestly,
We
I
need
think
to
he's,
double
but I
check.
think he's one of
We'll
them.
ask him when he comes, if he comes.
Yeah, yeah.
So we have Karen Hoffman, the connector, Alamo Title, Montgomery. and then we
Karen
have
Hoffman?
Miss Karen. You don't have Miss Karen? No?
Who's Miss Karen? Tell
so
me about
she
Miss Karen. Let's
is,
stop
she's
there.
with the Alamo Title Company.
Alamo
Yes.
Title in
she's
Montgomery.
a phenomenal young lady. Yes.
And she's in
lots
Montgomery,
of fun.
right?
Yeah, she's in Montgomery.
Okay, so it's Alamo Title in Montgomery, and it's Karen Hoffman.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes. Okay. Then we have.
My turn. My turn.
Oh,
let me
wait.
go.
There's more. Let me
Oh,
finish.
oh.
So we have Brian Stewart with Renovation Sales.
Oh, wow, you got other stuff.
Mr. Chris Diamond with Goosehead Insurance. These are our fabulous sponsors. Mr. Jeremy Cowell with Montgomery Home Inspection Services. Mr. Victor Brasovsky with Houston Window Coverings. And Merritt Gillen with Union Home Mortgage.
Wow.
Take it away.
Wow.
Your turn.
And I know that there's a surprise keynote speaker coming for that event that I'm working on with you right now.
Yes.
I've got
I
a
would
candidate in
definitely
mind. I've
love
sent a
for you
couple
to
of
help.
invites.
Yes.
And we'll bring those up to you as soon as we get
Yes,
some kind of bite, you know, and and it's different because sometimes you want somebody for an event like that that's not necessarily a local, right? So bring an outside flair, but then you kind of want a local because it's a local event. But then you don't. You want, I don't know. So
Sounds like you're confused.
well, I think there's a hit or miss spot there. I mean, we
Maybe
learn
so.
from from other pools. You know, so sometimes it's good to bring outside sources, to bring some outside thoughts and ways of thinking. I mean, I make bread, but I've gone online and I saw like 10 different recipes to make the same type of bread, and everyone did little parts that were different. You know, and some were
Okay.
like the renditions and the versions were different. So it was good to explore, even in real estate or lending or things like that, other markets, and just see what works there. They, because they're in a different, they're not follow the leader. And even if they were, they're following a different leader than you've been following for the past, your whole career. You know
So-
what I mean? Because you've spent your career in Montgomery County as a real estate agent.
Yes.
Well, they've spent theirs in Walker, you know, as a real estate agent, and they had different renditions of success and different the courses taken to get to the same end result you see.
I
So-
like that.
So I like the fact
Something
that-
to consider,
Yeah,
yeah.
so it's not always bad to bring in that outside source, especially in
Absolutely.
educational forums like that and networking. But
Okay.
so I want to touch on the Crossroads Music Festival because they have so much going on, and honestly, I don't understand it all. I'm trying really hard.
So many events.
There is so much. It's so much. I'm almost overwhelmed. But I'd like to share some of the stuff that I know that caught my eye and that hopefully entertain your ear when you come down to Conroe and give you some purpose to come in to visit. There are a lot of different ones, and I'll tell you, Table at Madeley is just killing it on this list. I want to go over some of the ones that they have over at Table at Madeley. Now, of course, Adam Hood, which to me,
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Definitely,
Just to
yeah.
see him out there he, last night was fabulous. A choice to have on here in Conroe. And
Right.
again, he's going to be coming back May 25th out at Do Si Do. We had Southern Disposition, and we'll be playing at April 28th, 6 to 10. And, check and see, make sure these are accurate. I found some disagreeing things here and there on dates
All
and
right,
times.
yes.
So be sure to call the location and make sure at Table at Madeley. Go to the website at Table at Madeley. They'll be really clear on who's playing there. They have got, Friday, I know they have Drew Kennedy. I know they have Possessed by Paul James. And Possessed by I listened to his album front to back. He's different. But I think Drew Kennedy, there's some instrumental stuff in there. I saw a banjo player, a piano player, just some different things that I'm curious. But not enough to know the artist. You know what I mean? So I don't know if the artist is going to bring that style, or was it just what he did for that one song? Is that who he is? Because you really got to dig into someone's music to understand their set or actually
Right.
see them play live.
Exactly.
So it question that. Adam Hood had a good mix of music. It was all upbeat, real strong. My only question was, is he bringing the band? And I didn't get to ask him that. Did he bring the band on Thursday? Will he bring the band on 525? So I don't know how that plays out. But I saw band live and loved it. Online, on the internet. So that's kind of different.
Need to look into that.
The Country Music Association of Texas will also be at the Table at Madeley April 30th. And I'm looking forward to see what they bring to the table. I know they have different artists. I think they're going to do some podcasts. The stage is set up for the CMA of Texas.
Nice.
Luke Prater, April 21st, 7:30 to 9 o'clock, also at Table at Madeley. And again, at Southern Disposition, April 28th. And I got my super notes, I
see that.
this thing at the Conroe Crossroads Festival thing. Corner Pub's got Supper Party and the Cajon and the Zydeco Masters. And you can get one of these things.
It's like a whole poster. Where did you get that?
I got it at Red Brick Tavern on the Square, which is also one of the hosts of
Daily schedules.
They're on every one of these daily schedules. The Chubby Knuckle Choir is going to be there Friday. Steve Kreis. Steve Cross. I think he's Cajun. I listened to one of his songs, and he just got that showman look. I mean, I liked the song. I just didn't get to listen to any more yet, so I'm looking forward to catching him. And he definitely is a showman. You can tell the way he moves around, the way he engages. And for Red Brick, I see a lot of stool sitters in there. He's not one of those, so I'm just kind of curious
so much
how
excitement, a lot of variety.
I'm
that
curious
you're
how
talking
he's going to
about.
move around up there at Red Brick. I want to be right there watching this man look at the room and then react to it, and then what reaction does he get? Is it first time to Red Brick? Is it, it's my first time to Table at Madeley? How does the artist react to the forum when he arrives? Does it change his set? Is he pre-planned? I'm curious about some of those things. And, I know
You need to
that.
go check it out.
Yeah, and I know these sets can change what you do, but you kind of know before you go whether I need a sound guy, whether I'm bringing in all this extra equipment, and to what kind of music I'm going to play. But like Adam Hood was telling us, he learns after he plays the set he planned, and like even in Nashville, then he'll come or a rodeo, he said, and then but I know I'm not going to play that song next year. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, that didn't work out so
That's
good.
great, though. He responds to his, I guess his fans, and I think that's wonderful.
Well, let me get the cream off the crop and just
Go for it.
top here and just a few. I know that Folk Family Revival, local favorite at 202 Main, and that's on Saturday, April 15th. We also have Tim Lightyear Sunday at Red Brick Tavern, also a real popular musician, and I know a lot of folks bring him up. Corner Pub's got Uncle Mason's Family Jam at the Corner Pub on Sunday, and Tim Lightyear's also Sunday. A lot of others in there. Let's see. There was Dirty River Boys, Pacific Yard House. Yeah, those guys. Saturday, April 15th. And they were last at the free concert at Heritage Park.
It's like every night there's a lineup.
Every
In,
night,
like, almost
Friday,
every
Thursday,
location.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and
Yeah.
all of them are at every location. And Owen Theater's in on it this year, so they have Owen Theater Saturday has James McMurdy. James McMurdy. He'll be out there Saturday, April 15th, and I think that.
Armando, you're not gonna be able to sleep all weekend. What are you talking
Well,
about? You're gonna be going hopping around every bar.
Right, and there's and more than a bar, there's the Hotel Conference Center and Resort Margaritaville, and if you don't know where this is, it's out on Lake Conroe.
Yes.
It's right there in the front of Walden. You go down to Walden Road, and it's on your right-hand side. Just 105 West, head out that way, and they've got a Zydeco band playing out there. It's part of the table at the whole Conroe festival, and you go out there and catch the Zydeco band playing that. And the other new addition, other than because I don't recall the Owen Theater being in it last year, but I could be wrong. But I'm not sure about that. But one of the other things I did notice was that, of course, our new addition to the square, 219 Social House, and we were just there last week.
Yes.
Big place, has a lot of room to put some music out there, and I don't want to. I'd be remiss not to mention it and not to bring that up. And I'll tell you, they've got Jordan Matthew Young, and I'm trying to remember all the names. There was a young lady playing there as well, Tiana Campbell, and I'm thinking I know.
Who else?
No,
All at the Social?
So, those are both at the Social.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
and I think Red Brick's got another. Not Red Brick, but Southern Disposition. And I give it away because she's the owner of Red Brick Tavern, playing at her neighbors' houses, which confuses it even more. Thank you, Debbie Glenn. But anyway, she'll be out there, and at another, I think she's playing at 202. And I have that on
Main
my main
Street,
notes.
yeah.
She's at 202.
That's a fun bar.
As well as the table at Madeley. And I have her on this chart somewhere at 202. And I'll give you the exact
In
day.
your poster size.
In my poster
size.
You
little-
go ahead. I'll find her, and then I'll
Wow.
cue back in on her.
Going into the Memorial Herman Ironman here in North Shore Park, 2505 Lake Woodlands Drive. Basically, if you haven't been to the Ironman event, it's a lot of fun. Go show your support April the 22nd. It draws athletes and spectators to the Woodlands from around the world each year. Actually, a dear friend, I had just asked if her husband was participating because he's been participating every year, but obviously, due to a minor injury, he is not, but I'm still going to go out and support. So there's also the Woodlands Waterway Art Festival, April 14th to the 16th, named #1 Texas Fine Arts Festival and #6 in the nation.
Dang.
So Fidelity Investments, the Woodlands Waterway Arts Festival, featuring artwork from nearly 200 artists from across their country. So very exciting. Lots of art to all those art fans, all the talented individuals that we have. Please come out and show your support at the Woodlands, I believe, Art Festival, April 14th to the 16th. So what do you got, sir?
I've got one. I've been trying to plug the Owen Theater, and and only because we ate dinner across from it, our appetizers, and did the show thing there from the patio. And I was thinking this is a cool spot to look at the Owen Theater and all the
At
events.
Social, right?
Yeah, that happened behind 219 Social.
219 Social,
and
right?
you see, we plugged it again.
Yeah.
One
more time.
So right behind the patio at 219 Social House, which will be participating, the Conroe Crossroads
Yes.
Festival,
Yes.
right outside that view, they will be having a play called Noises Off. And Noises Off, I think it's $25, right? And you can call and find out 936-539-4090. But this is a behind the scenes. It's like they reverse the theater, right? So you can, and it takes over the whole theater, right? So basically you're seeing what happens behind the scenes of theater.
Wow. Outside?
So, in the theater.
Inside,
Yeah. So the
but
actual
behind the
performance
scenes.
is the play is a play designed to show behind the scenes.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So you see here doors banging, people yelling at each
Yeah,
other,
yeah.
crazy stuff. It's a little comic, but a little documentary at the same time. And this is a backfold of the inner workings, the behind the scenes, what brings theater to the stage and their trials and tribulations they think and believe are show worthy. And Noises Off production is ready to go. And if you didn't know, Crichton and Owen alike all have open auditions on a regular. So if you wanted to maybe be an actress one day.
Armando, maybe you should, go join the staff.
You know the lead singer for the Two Black Guys?
Who?
Teddy Gibson. And Teddy volunteered at the Crichton Theater a couple of times now.
Did he?
But he's that multi-talented guy,
Yeah.
He's triple talented. He's got a lot of threats, and he can act a little bit and sing
my.
a lot. And he's just dapper, tall, he's got a lot going for him there, and he's very showy. He's super showman. I mean, he walks in a room and he takes the room. He's got presence. He's got,
Impressive.
I feel it when he comes in. I'm like, it's Teddy, good to see you. And he's like, good to be seen. Yeah. So
Good to be seen.
he did this and told me about his experience, and I'm scared. So I'm not gonna go
Okay,
down
yeah.
there. Maybe
I
one
don't
day.
know about that. Maybe.
You got one more over there, don't you?
Yes, we have the Children's Memorial Herman Iron Kids and Doggy Dash Fun Run.
Doggy Dash.
Again,
The heck?
on April 15th, 9:30 a.m. Price for entry is $25 at the North Shore Park. Lots of fun, yes. And lastly, we talked about it last week, the Conroe Kid Fest presented by Shuey. What do you think? Where we're going, right?
Yeah, she beat.
April the 29th, 10
There'll be
a.m. to 4 p.m.
15,000 people down there.
That's
We
a
better
lot of
come
people.
early.
That's a lot of people. That's a lot of
15,000
people. Downtown Conroe to play, create, explore, and learn. The festival team is hard at work planning and creating another great event for you and your children.
Well, I
So
wanted
free
to-
admission.
Really?
Yes.
It's free to get in that thing. No wonder why there's
You and your
15,000 people in there.
Live entertainment. Apparently,
They got
like
rides and
activity
stuff.
villages, inflatables, game booths, train rides, face painting, water activities.
Yeah,
and food vendors.
it's more than inflatables. They got like little roller coasters and little things, and
Yes.
the carnival, the Garcia and Garcia Flying Circus. You know, I mean, they
So,
got it going on in there.
Make sure you bring some cash and bring your girls out.
Yeah, because you
So,
know they're selling tickets, right? To
Yes,
ride the rides. I mean, you
yes.
go in there for free.
Yes.
Yeah, but you
and
know,
the food. You got to pay for the food.
got to pay for food.
Yes.
You probably got to pay to park. But I wanted to kind of, you know, summer's coming and everybody's got the kids.
Yes,
This is a great way to
yes.
kick it off and do a little something fun. You know, but, you know, there's a lot of traveling that you plan for the summer. Everybody wants to go on a road trip and, you
Right.
know,
Beach, camping, you name it.
if you're going to Galveston to catch the fight on June 3rd, or you're going to going out to Tyler to catch the Red Dirt Music Festival, or you're going
Right.
out to Chapel Hill for the other festival, the Sausage Festival down there. I mean, dude, I don't know.
Let's just talk about all the festivals
Well,
in the summer.
man,
in the
that's
state
what
of
I like to
Texas.
talk about. But you know, you don't usually catch me running off to the sausage festivals. But I'll tell you, Chapel Hill is the best of the best.
It is really good.
They have
It's
100
actually one of my
smokehouses down there.
favorites.
Everything out there.
Yes,
The,
get on Chapel Hill.
the Bad Boys Barbecue. There's a bunch of them, and I don't want to destroy their names. No, K-Bobs, or there's a whole bunch that I've gone down there, and we literally. They're like meat processing plants. I mean, they're not like a smokehouse restaurant with a little room up front to sit and enjoy a meal.
No,
you
no.
go in there and they wrap it like the butcher, you know, and it's different. You know, it's not. But they're
Right.
manufacturing down there in Chapel Hill. I
And
mean,
it's
they ain't
good.
playing when they say they're the
old
sausage capital. They're,
Texas.
they're
Yes.
another level, right?
Yes.
I mean, they're not looking to entertain you in their
Is
their
that-
sausage house. They're
Is that
just
another plug-in? Chapel Hill.
no,
There you
it's
go.
that's just the real. But you know, if you're going to start traveling Texas, you got to know that there you could fit probably. There's a dozen countries that could just fit inside the state of Texas and still have a lot of wiggle room in there.
Right.
So one of the things we would suggest is taking your vehicle down to make sure you're 100% prepared. You got that thing ready to go for the summer, and now's the time to do that. And you go down to Barsh Auto right here on South Fraser and get that thing checked out top to bottom. Make sure you're ready to go because it's coming. It's
Where's
coming.
this place at?
Barsh Auto, South Fraser. Just go down
Okay,
down there
all
like you're
right.
heading just right out
I'm
here.
gonna
on
make
Fraser.
note of that one. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
Barsh Auto. You can go check out barshauto.com, set your appointment, know exactly where to go and which place is closest to you. They have several locations that can help. And if your car ain't running, then come get it. You know, they'll tow it out there. He also Barsh Towing. I'm sure you've seen their trucks around town. But
right.
I wanted to make sure we put that out there because, you know, traveling brings on those concerns. I mean, we
Yes.
took a brand new rental car from California when we were I flew out there and we had some situations happen where, you know, a couple of girls and the children were going to fly back home and rather than drive back. So me and one of the dads had to rent a car and drive back rather than because we gave up our seats and stuff. And so anyway, so we rented this
Yeah.
little Prius. It's a 22-hour drive from John Wayne
Prius.
International Airport. Yeah, well, we came on the spare and 2 low tires, and, you know, and it was a brand new one. I mean,
my
we burned
gosh.
it up coming home,
my
and
gosh.
you know, I don't know how long that had been in the circuit, but I'll tell you, even a brand new car needs to get checked out. It needs to be checked. I cannot stress
agree.
enough. I rolled out of a Hertz rental car or a National, I don't remember, but I know that that car in that 22-hour drive was put to the test. And a new model, it was like, it wasn't an old car. I mean, it was a new model. It's just, of course, it lives as a rental, but
Right.
Nevertheless, it should have made that trip comfortably. So even if you have that kind of car, sometimes there's unforeseen. So even if you have a car that you think is 100%, I'd still go and check the thing out before you start taking, grandma and all
Sounds
the
like
little
it, yeah.
kids and an infant in the the car seat down to Tyler, to go for a festival.
When in doubt, get your car checked.
Doubt or not, you should check it before you start taking 3-4 hour trips. That's gonna 3-4 hours to come back. So that's 6. It's definitely happening. So and I'm really excited about what's One Property Group and what's going on down there. And
Our Biz and Booze networking event.
well,
April
that's
22nd,
cool and
or
fun.
what
But
else?
just Monica and all the growth going on with her and the city of Montgomery itself, and how it's just blossoming out there. And it was just 2 of them a couple of years ago. You know what I mean? And I remember sitting in there with them. She had plenty of time. Now there's no time at all, and everybody's busy and got stuff going on. And I love to see it. Love to see it growing. And
It's not like it used to be. Little Montgomery, it's becoming somewhat a little replica of Conroe. Very
That's
soon.
cool. Byron
It's gonna be
Sandiford was
big.
on the show. He came out and visited with us, and he was telling us about his goals and his plans, and
Right.
for the city. And I just love seeing a mayor that knows what he's doing over there to some effect. I don't know if anybody knows what they're doing when it comes to managing a city for the first time, and they'll always bring unforeseens. Something
Right.
you know what you know what you can gather, and you come in with a good mindset, I think. And the job's beyond me, so I really hat goes off, keeping that thing moving and everybody
Exactly.
happy. And it's like I could get lost in there and they'd probably be throwing stuff at me. Get out of here. Who's that guy?
Good old Montgomery.
I might get voted in, but they're going to quickly try to impeach me. Can you get impeached as a mayor?
What?
Is that possible?
Well, I think anything is possible.
Well, I don't know if you can impeach a mayor, but but I might get impeached if I was the mayor.
No, we don't need to go there, Armando.
You know?
Just, we're going to tame you. We're going to just stick here.
So is Monica still doing that crawfish thing? She does then there a crawfish festival. Her and the pool place next door. What is that pool place called?
You're talking about the one in 2 weekends from now. We need to talk about
Is that
that
coming
one.
up too?
Yeah, it's coming up.
I smelled it because
She
it is
will
crawfish
be there.
season. Yeah.
Yes.
That's the
So
name of
that's
the pool
coming up.
place. I can't remember the name of that pool place next door.
Yeah, but there is a big
They've
one
been
coming
there
up.
forever,
Yeah.
and they're super good. They're wonderful family there next door. And I'm sorry I couldn't remember you guys' name.
Yes, they're still there. Yes.
I know that they've been there a long time. Together they put that crawfish boil on, and it's always a lot of fun. We usually enjoy going out there.
Yeah.
But anybody left on your list? Any shout outs you'd like to make before we wrap up here today? And
I think I've
break for
covered
the
all
week?
my list. So what do you think? Anything else?
Fantastic.
Any refreshers? I think we're good.
No, guys,
I'm excited. A lot going on for the next couple of weekends.
I'm
so.
excited about getting out to Golden Oaks, and that's right up my
Yes.
alley. Folks, enjoy the Conroe Crossroads Festival. Be safe, travel wise. Make sure you're prepared in every respect, not just your vehicle, your family. Make sure you pack and prepare right. Take all the normal precautions if you leave, and even though it's not an overnight, assume it. We were on the side of the road. Are you ready? You know what I
Right.
mean? Or we didn't make it. We got a flat. We waited. Maybe it doesn't ruin the trip, and maybe you took a break, or you get to I lose my wallet or something. How are you prepared? Do you have backup stuff for travel around the state? Sometimes just
Safety tip.
Just packing everybody is stressful enough, and I'm going to forget.
It is.
Coming
You're
down here,
stressing me out.
on the way here, I was thinking, what? I'm standing at my door, just staring at it for like 5 minutes. I'm like, what am I doing? I'm like, I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Oh my
So I like
gosh.
did this double
Wallet,
check and
phone, ID.
no, I guess not.
Change, cash.
It wasn't halfway here. I just abandoned it and said it's forgotten. Armando, stop.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's terrible
You
like
set
that.
a little alarm on your phone or something.
Well, there's a lot to prepare for, a lot to be
Yes.
ready for, and it's better safe than sorry. And you've got some time to plan. Those things are coming up this summer, and
Right.
you either have them in the house running around all day, you take them out and burn them out somewhere at the kids' fest or something. Let them run wild. And then
Right?
They'll sleep like babies.
Oh, I can't wait. Happy summer's around the corner.
All right, folks. Well, thank you for joining us on the Texas Ticket Show. You can find us at facebook.com/TX Ticket. You can also catch us at Lone Star Community Radio on 104.5 and 106.1 FM. We are looking for sponsors, and we are also looking for guests on the show. Please email us. Let us know if you'd like to appear. We'll look forward to
That's
seeing you. New uploads every Friday at 1 o'clock. We'll see you next Friday here on the Texas Ticket.
Adios.
Turn your radio dial to the Texas Ticket.